Good afternoon, everybody, and my name is Danny Callow. I'm going to be presenting African Gold Group today and our very exciting Kubata project in West Africa. Just point you to our disclaimer page. And African Gold Group is a Toronto-listed gold company. We believe that we have a vision to become Africa's next mid-tier producer. We're construction ready. We've just completed our definitive feasibility study with a target to produce 100,000 ounces a year around 19 months after we start construction. We have a very experienced management team and board, and we'll talk a little bit about that. And we also have some fairly expansive holdings in the Birimian Greenstone Belt in both Mali and Burkina Faso. Most of today's presentation is focusing on our flagship Kubata project in southern Mali. Why I think this project is so exciting is that we have delivered a very, very robust definitive study on only 15% of the identified shear zones on our Kubata property. And we also have significant upside potential in both that and our Madougou project in Burkina Faso. We're also one of the only near-term gold producers at the moment, and we have a very clear strategy for growth in adding shareholder value. Our strategy for growth focuses on three key areas: early cash flow out of our advanced Kubata Gold project and bringing that into production as quick as possible. That will give us some cash flow to continue with organic exploration within our own concessions, both Kubata and Madougou. And then, as we see in West Africa right now, some disciplined M&A as and when opportunities come up. So my name, as I said, is Danny Callow. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of the company. My background is in operational mining in Africa. I spent 28 years in operations, lastly building some fairly large mines in the DRC and Zambia. So my role in this business is to build this mine and operate it. We also have a very experienced Vice President of Exploration who has significant experience with Anglo American in the Birimian Belt and is a very valuable member of the team. We've recently made some board changes. These are very focused on our renewed strategy of production and growth. Scott Eldridge is coming in as independent chairman. He has a very good background in finance, both debt and equity. He has his own investment company and also has served in numerous executive and non-exec director positions on a number of TSXV listed companies. Jan Erik Bak has come in as our vice chairman. He is the former chief investment officer for Eurasian Resources Group and has a significant background in raising debt through BTG, and most of this has all been in the resources market. John Begerman has agreed to step up to take the role of lead independent director. John has a very good track record in taking gold operations such as this through construction and into operation. And John also has a background in large corporate companies like Goldcorp. So some of the highlights of the feasibility study as we've completed it, you can see there from the slide a post-tax IRR of 41% and an NPV of 226 million. We're a near-term gold producer. As I've said, we'll be able to produce gold within 19 months of construction starting. And this is a 3 million tons per annum plant with an annual production initially for the first 5 years of 100,000 ounces. We have a large and growing mineral resource of around 2.3 million ounces, including inferred, and a very big jump up in our reserves in proven and probable from around 500,000 ounces in prior studies to 755,000 ounces in the latest definitive study. We are fully permitted with a mining license valid under the 1999 mining code until 2045. And as I've mentioned before, some significant upside potential. What I'm very excited about in this project is the all-in sustaining cost of around $782 an ounce, very much in the lower quartile of the West African space, and very low operating cost life of mine of around $704 an ounce. That translates into a net cash flow projection of around 326 million over a 9.4-year mine life. And what again is very exciting for me is that this study is very robust, even at lower than current gold prices, and that is something that I think is very exciting. Just in terms of where we have opportunities within this deposit, very short term. So I'm thinking 6 to 12 months from now, we have an opportunity to convert around 600,000 ounces of our inferred resource into 600,000 ounces of our inferred resource into measured and indicated through very little additional drilling. Certainly, we're seeing some very good upside in some of the final drill holes that we drilled in the deposit. And that is something that we intend to continue to drill. In the medium term, which is really in the next 12 to 18 months, we intend to start tackling some of the other identified shear zones on the property. And these are, as indicated on the map on the right-hand side. And certainly we believe that there is massive upside on this current 2.3 million ounce resource. I'm a firm believer that when you operate in foreign countries and in communities, you have to be a good neighbour. We have a very good ongoing relationship with the local community. That has so far paid dividends for us in being able to negotiate and move off any artisanal mining activity on the property, so we don't have any issues with that. We also have a very good relationship with the local village chief in both of the two villages surrounding the mining area, and this has allowed us to agree on already some very basic principles of local employment, local purchase of goods and services, and all of this will develop into a much more detailed environmental social management plan as we move forward into the construction phase. So overall, I believe that we have a very robust and clear vision for growth. We're a near-term gold producer. Certainly, we have a targeted start of construction pending financing of Q4 of this year, with first gold in Q2 22. We have very strong standalone economics, as you've seen from some of the numbers I've presented. We believe that we're very undervalued relative to our peers, with some significant upside share price potential. We have a very experienced board and management team put in place, ready to take us through construction and operations. There's a significant amount of exploration potential on the current property, as well as our second property, which we intend to continue drilling whilst we construct. And I believe that before we even put the first ton of gold into the front end of our process plant, we should see a significant uptick in our resources and our reserves. And finally, I believe that we have a very clear strategy for growth. So as I've mentioned, we have some significant potential to increase organically through our existing assets, and hopefully take advantage of some of the M&A opportunities that come our way as we go through this construction phase. With that, I would like to thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you and perhaps meeting some of you when things go back to normal. Thank you very much.